No, there you go. We've got that rocking now. Helps if I press record to record the actual interview, doesn't it? So, yeah. So you've recently been on at the old Glastonbury Festival, haven't you?
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, still processing it, I think.
No big
But
deal.
yeah.
Whereabouts was you playing? Because we had a band on the other week. They were in the I think it was the Rabbit Hole. About 3 o'clock in the morning, they were playing. So
Oh my God. It was the left field
right,
stage.
cool.
So yeah, pretty central, I think.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, it was really nice. It was the first time I've ever been to Glastonbury.
yeah.
So
I've never been. I know a few of my mates have been. It's not a festival I've ever been to, but always looks like a good laugh. But yeah, I mean that's for a lot of artists, that's quite up there in on the list of to dos, isn't it? Do Glastonbury, you know
yeah.
what I mean? So you're very humble with it, still processing it. Hey, where's all the wacky makeup today? I was expecting you to come on with the lines down your face and everything. What
I don't
happened?
know. I don't know. It's my day off today. I've been in the sun. It would have melted off by
Oh,
now. So
cool. Where are you based? Are you based around Cov?
yeah,
Oh, I thought you was. I
can
was
you
really.
tell?
No, I saw something about Cov, and then there's one of the videos I've got lined up, and I'm sure it's in the hotel it's filmed in the hotel in the Coventry Centre, the one
It is.
one that's above the road. I thought I know where that is. Know where that
Yeah.
is. It's cool. So have you always been? Are you born and bred Cov? You've always lived
Yeah,
in
pretty
Coventry.
much. Yeah. Moved. I've got family in Canada, so I moved there for a year. But aside from that, yeah, I've always been in Cov.
Yeah.
It's near everything. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I moved down here.
Um,
It's about six. Well, I'm on the non-eating, so I'm on the other side. But we moved down here about 17 years ago. I was only supposed to be here for a couple of years because of work,
mhm.
and we've not moved. So
Fair.
we're still here. We're still here. Lad's growing up round here, you see, so you can't drag him away, can you? So, so your music is what would you describe it? Indie punk? What would you describe your?
Yeah. I always say like Brit punk, but I know when I say Brit people associate that with Oasis and blah.
Yeah,
Um, I'd say like mid 2000s Britpop. So like Arctic Monkeys, Lily Allen, Kate Nash,
yeah.
Jamie T kind of Britpop revival. With a bit of a punky,
I
I don't
like
know
it.
if edge, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, there is a punky edge. There's lots of swearing in your tracks as well, which I quite
There
like.
is.
Quite like. I've got one lined up in a bit. I don't think we've got the video for that. There's a video of you doing it in Birmingham, but I don't think the video was great, but the audio will let you down. Not you singing.
Yeah.
Um, it is. Let me. Oh God, it's there. It's there. And yeah, that's it. The Daily Mail. I love the
Yeah.
line. 3 drinks in, and you think you're Tommy fucking Shelby. I think that is just. As soon as I heard that, I thought. I'm all
Thank
over this.
you.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So how long you been in the industry then? How long you been performing?
Um, I started I I don't think I'm a serious person, but I started taking it seriously like a couple years ago, just before lockdown, unfortunately.
Hmm.
And then tried to use lockdown as a time to like use social media to connect with people, which I'm lucky to have done because now I've come out the other side and I've got friends online through music. But yeah, I think it's like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Been doing it for.
Yeah, it's good. So what we're going to do, I've got 3 or 4 videos, tracks lined up, and we'll put them on during while we're chatting.
Yeah.
We won't be on screen when they're on, so you'll be fine.
Okay.
And if anyone's got any questions, please drop them down in the comments. So apart from what have you been doing? Have you been touring? You've been doing other gigs apart from obviously Glastonbury, you know.
Yeah, so I went on tour in April. And then I've got kind of a mini tour in August. I'm playing Birmingham, London, and Chester. Um, but yeah, first headline tour was in April. That was an experience.
Yeah, yeah, it would. Yeah, it will be because it's nice to get. It's great doing your studio work and your videos and things like that. But there's nothing quite like being in front of a crowd. I don't know. I'm not a magician, but there's nothing like being in front of a live crowd. I go do public speaking in schools and stuff, and I've done remote stuff, and then today I've been off and done it live, and it's a totally different feeling. You're getting feedback real time, and you can see the eyes and the faces, can't you? Yeah, so
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a lot better, a lot better. So we're going to start off. We're going to start off with this one, which I think is filmed in the hotel in Coventry. God's Little Punching Bag. What's that all about then?
Um, I think I spent a large portion of my life kind of feeling sorry for myself. And I don't know, just being down about a lot of things. And when I wrote that song, it was a way to let go of it and accepting that I was God's little punching bag, but it's not the end of the world. And just kind of embracing that.
Excellent. Well, the video's quite good. So let's have a watch this. We'll put the video on now for you out there, people. There you go. Looks like she's had a heavy night on this video, by the way.
I don't know where you disappeared to last night, and frankly, I don't care what your excuse is. But we're at the venue and we're waiting on you again. Sort your shit out.
There's one thing you will never rip from me, that's my sanity. There's one thing you will never take from me, that's my dignity. They're mine to break, they're mine to lose, they're mine to give away. What is it to you? You'll happily talk until I come around. What is that about? You can let the taste poison your tongue, but I'd rather just spit it out. Call me your worst nightmare and say it like you mean it. Say it like when we were young and somehow it hurt. Call me what I am, call me dirt, call me trash, call me God's little punching bag. Let's get one thing straight, I run this whole show alone, and I like it like that. And if you think for a second you can slide your way in here, well then you can go home. Do you like it like that? This is my world and my bird's eye view. You have your own, so what you trying to prove? I'm sure there was a point in time we could have been alright, but you blew that, so say goodbye to Mr. Nice for the last time. Call me your worst nightmare and say it like you mean it. Say it like when we were young and somehow it hurt us. Call me what I am, call me dirt, call me trash, call me God's little punching bag. All I've ever done is try to be kind. And if for some reason you find that funny, well then at least I know I tried. Text your friends, tell your family, can you believe the psycho wrote a song about me? I'm sure we could have had a go at wiping a clean slate, but you ruined it with your attitude, so get the fuck out of my face. Call me your worst nightmare and say it like you mean it. Say it like when we were young and somehow it hurt us. Call me what I am, call me dirt, call me trash, call me God's little punching bag. Call me the biggest disappointment and say it with your chest. Say it like it's fueled by everything you have repressed. Call me what you have all along, call me a liar, say I'm wrong. Call me the devil's little voodoo doll. Call me what I call myself, some desperate overgrown rebel. Call me nothing ever again, just don't call me ever again. Just don't call me ever again.
Absolutely awesome. Love it. I do like that track. I had that played in the car on the way home from the thing I was at this afternoon. Oh, hang on. We don't want it again. It's been on once. That'll do. That'll do. Once is enough, isn't it? Well, for now it is. You can go away and download it, people, and listen to it. So, Janice likes that shit. I love this song. Yeah, it's good. It's a good one, isn't it? Who's that? Listlet Records. To say it's a track about feeling a bit down, it's jaunty, upbeat track musically. It is.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool. I like your vibe. It's very different. It's a very different sound, which is good. And we need that, don't we? Rather than the same old, same old. It's nice to have something a bit fresh. And yeah, I get what you said before about the Lily Allen bit. There's a bit of Lily in there, isn't there? So yeah, I quite like that. It's pretty cool. Love it. No, Eddie, love it. Great vocals. He had some random comments. Coventry needs a song about the famous ring road. I mean, who's going to do that, Eddie? Do you know what I mean? He's an absolute lunatic. He is. He's an absolute lunatic. So when you go out touring, what do you do? Do you have session, or do you have backing tracks? How do you do your performance? Or do you have you got a band?
I kind of, so the tour that I did in April was the first time I used a backing track. So I can play guitar. Some songs I play to the backing track. Some I play acoustic because they sound better acoustic, and the guitar's pretty basic anyway. I'm trying to work with like sorting out getting a band together. I've had a band in the past, and I hope to get them back for the tour in August. But it's so hard with like trying to manage time off work and priorities like for a group of people. You know, even pinning down like rehearsals sometimes is really difficult. So
Yeah, nightmare.
fingers crossed I can sort it out.
Yeah, it's all right when you've got no other commitments, but if you've got commitments, a lot of artists have got other jobs and they work, so they've got to fit it around. And yeah, it must be really, really difficult to get it all together. So we know one or two people and just work on their own and what have you. But yeah, because it's a full-on sound, isn't it? You can't do all that on your own. You've got drums and everything rocking now. You've not just got a guitar playing. So
yeah, I think it's okay for me because obviously it's my main priority outside of work. But for some people, it's a hobby, and then when it becomes like when it starts getting in the way of their social life and other commitments, it's like I completely understand why other people might be like, I don't want to give all my free time away, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Especially, like, say, if they want to do it just for a bit of a laugh, and some people do, don't they? Just want to, I'll turn up every now and then and we'll do a gig somewhere. Yeah, I'm up for that. But, yeah, I'm not up for going all around the country and being away from my family. And I've got to take 2 weeks off work and et cetera, et cetera. So it's pretty tough to do. Short, sharpy, punchy. Yes, all the tracks are short, sharp and punchy. They definitely are. I love it. I absolutely love it. So have you got, because obviously you've been releasing quite a few tracks, have you got other tracks in the pipeline that's coming out later on the year for your tour?
Yes, I've got my I just got a notification from Rolling Stone. I didn't know I had notifications for Rolling Stone. I've got my next single maybe in a couple months. I've kind of pushed it back a bit because my most recent single, which is the Daily Mail, I wanted to do a music video for, and then I had Glastonbury, and then I went away and life happens. So I think I'm gonna release a video for that within the next month or so.
Oh, cool.
And then my next single should be like September.
Yeah, because like I say, there's the video of you singing in Birmingham to that track. But obviously, I was going to put it on, but I thought, no, it spoils it because the audio's off and it'll just ruin it for you. You know what I mean? I think it's Well, a video to that track will be brilliant because your videos are out there as well, aren't they? As the music is, which is the one that I played yesterday. I played a track yesterday. Oh, Fake What Your Mama Gave You. That's I've got that later on. So looks like you filmed it behind Tesco's or something.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
That's a cracking track. I love it. It's good. It's good. I like your vibe. I like what you're about. Have we got any questions? Anyone want to pop any questions down? Eddie, think of some serious ones. You know what I mean? Not ridiculous ones. What he normally asks is if you've got a tour van, what kind of tour van you got? But you're probably just rather having a car. You don't need a van, do you? If you're on your own.
I've been getting coaches, which isn't the most glamorous of times, but it's cheap.
It's better, isn't it? Yeah. Why not? You don't have to drive. You can have a drink. You can party. You can do whatever you want, can't you? Don't have to worry about the road and the traffic. So why not?
Yep.
Why not?
I can say it's environmentally friendly. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, Sean Bull's been on, and he's from Woof and Brew sponsoring this. He says, "Big love in our house for you." So there you go. He's liking you. He's liking you. So so you've got some artists that you Britpop and you say you like. So who actually inspires you? Who do you look up to and go, yes, I'd like to be like them? That's why I want to get into music.
I don't know, like sound wise or just generally.
Yeah, generally.
I don't know. Either way, I'm like, I've no idea.
So what made you get into it then? What did you just wake up one day and go, do you know what? I'm going to do this.
It's like really therapeutic for me. Like it's all about the lyrics before
Yeah.
the guitar comes into it, before anything comes into it. I was obsessed with Taylor Swift when I was like 10.
Nice.
And I think I got to a point where her songs, I'd relate to them so much. I don't know why, because I was 10 years old. But I found that instead of listening to songs, I could write my own songs, and then I could relate to them because I could write about anything I wanted. So I suppose that was the first person I listened to, and I thought, like, music is a way of therapy of sorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really stereotypical one, but I don't know. I think like the KLF really inspired me.
Why not? It's not. It doesn't matter, does it? They were banging back in the day, but I think you can tell that you've gone with the lyrics because you're almost like it's almost like you've put poetry to music to the music. Do you know what I mean? You can tell you're telling a story. You're not just singing about whatever. You can tell there's a story behind it. So yeah, totally get that. Ask her to sing the tractor song. That's Morfits, whoever that is. So I think that's probably an in-joke. Singing the tractor song. What's that all about?
The tractor song.
The tractor song. I've no idea. Ask her to sing the tractor song. I have no idea. I thought it might be an in-joke, but obviously we don't know.
I feel like I've just missed that in-joke completely.
Yeah, I think we have. I think we all have. Are there any other artists or bands in her area she would recommend checking out? Oh, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
In Coventry, I'm probably biased because she's a great friend of mine, but Ace Ambrose is an incredible artist. She's based just outside of Coventry, but there's such like a nostalgic vibe to her music.
Yeah.
Like it really sounds like something from like a coming of age 80s film. And I don't know how it's done. Like I don't know how you mix that, but Ace Ambrose is great. A band called Duke Keats, the same like really retro kind of funky, like that. I think they're both doing things that aren't being done at the moment.
Right.
Which is really inspiring, like music that goes against the grain and like you can tell is inspired by music they love.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of them.
I'll be checking them out then. Yeah. That's interesting because you get quite a few bands coming from places like Coventry and Manchester and Liverpool and all the rest of it, but you do see a few Coventry bands coming up. It's someone's taking the mickey here. How does she pronounce scones? So, yeah.
Scones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I pronounce it however the person I'm talking to pronounces it. You just said scones and now I'm saying scones.
Yeah, scones, you know what I mean? But I say scones, so there you go. Oh, here's one. Have you ever gone into an electrical store and Bluetooth your music and put it through the speakers? That'd be a good one, that, wouldn't it? Have you ever tried that?
I think I'd rather die.
It'd be too embarrassing, wouldn't it? Especially if everyone turn around and what's this on here now? Turn that off.
Yeah, this is awful. No, even if it comes on in the car when I'm with my friends, they know to skip it. I get so embarrassed. It's like,
it's weird,
I don't know.
So you don't listen. Put your tracks on sometimes. Or do you know what? I'm gonna have a listen to this. Feeling a bit.
I think I'll listen before they're released.
Yeah.
Because I'll be so like meticulous with. I'm like, oh my God, like, does it sound okay or whatever? And then once it's out there, I feel like it's not mine anymore. It's like. When I know that other people can hear it, I'm just like, nah.
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's out in the universe.
Yeah. So Leanne's been on. She said, "Oh my God, I love the haircut. I'd love that haircut." So there you go. So Leanne, she's another regular contributor. It's got to have some fun. Yeah, brilliant. But yeah, it's weird because it's whether you listen, like you'll not listen to your own stuff. And I know what you're saying. I listen to a lot of my shows back in the car, and people might think that's a bit sad, but probably a bit like you before you've released it. I like to listen to it as a listener really, and see whether I like it after I've done the show. Do you know what I mean? So
definitely.
Each to their own. So I've got this one. I'm going to play this now. Used to Be. That's from 2021. What's this one about?
Mm-hmm. That was in lockdown. I think the video's up there just for the sake of having a video. I actually filmed it here. I put up a little thing there.
Oh yeah, I can tell you've got like a screen up on you.
Yeah, it was really basic. I wrote it in lockdown because I think I was like 21 or 22. So I was going out all the time pre-COVID, and then all of a sudden that stopped. Such a first world problem.
Yeah.
And it was just that thing of like, I don't know, when we come out of it, like, I don't know if I'm still going to be young enough to do all that again, which is really self-involved. But it's just kind of an ode to like missing being young and being able to be reckless and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
romanticizing the wrong things in life.
I think, I mean, the point on that with the old COVID and lockdown, for me, for older people, it wasn't really a problem. But for younger people, I felt really sorry for younger people like yourself who couldn't go out. My lad, felt sorry for my lad. He turned 18 in the February. He's like, I don't want to party. I'm going to a festival in Malta. I've got this going. I've got that going. And he went into lockdown. So basically, he's only really just gone. He's just gone to Croatia for a couple of weeks, and that's really the first time. I mean, so there's a whole group of people who've missed out on that stuff that you do for a couple of years. It's terrible. It was terrible, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, well, we'll spin this one then.
I would have loved to meet you last week at the arcade. I know you're really busy with work nowadays. Maybe next time I hit the sea, we can catch up and get drunk and Uber back to your place. We'll catch up and get drunk and feel as young as we used to, mate. I wanna make a mess, I wanna make some noise, I wanna cry over stupid boys, wanna lose track of time, miss the last train and be stranded downtown again. That was that time you made dinner reservations. We ended up drinking at the student union. We snuck into the uni at midnight and ran through halls and climbed walls and somehow made it home alright. I wanna sing old songs, I wanna get real drunk, I wanna add my ex on Facebook, I wanna need you like I needed you then, I wanna hear you call me your best friend. When was the last time we walked home at 5 a.m? It was the same night you got so high you couldn't say anything. I was convinced I had alcohol poisoning. I miss getting drunk from half full cups and being dumb like I used to be. Just make me feel as young. I'm begging, please. I wanna ruin my life, I wanna lose my ID, I wanna need my ID to get in. I wanna waste my potential all over again, wanna get the subway in the wrong direction. I wanna almost die and then joke about it, wanna stay out with people I just met. I wanna spend stupid money, I wanna chase that show, I want us to chase is how I remember it. I don't know who I am. I don't know if I ever have
like it. I know you said it was only done where you are now, but sometimes I think they're the best videos when they're just, they're just simple. Not wrong with it at all. What have we got on here? So, Indie Midlands would have been perfect support for Kate Nash or at Kate's recent Birmingham headline. Someone said, very Lily Allen and Kate Nash-ish. So, yeah. Well, there you go. That's what's coming through. So yeah, why indie music? Why Midlands? Why didn't you sort it out then? Why didn't you get her to support then? So make it happen next time.
We tried our best.
Did you? You weren't having it.
No. No. But then Glastonbury happened, so it's fine.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, screw you. I'm doing Glasgow instead. Yeah, stick your tour. I'm all right. Someone said, oh, by the way, I'm really sorry. I've got full of a cold, so my voice is really like this. I don't smoke Woodbines all day. This is one of those things, been a nightmare. Man flu. What's it? Oh, here we go. Has she ever had any on-stage mishaps?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, here we go.
I think my thing is I always have like 2 pints before I go on stage, which is fine. But depending on what you've eaten, sometimes I get on and I'm like, oh, no. The last time I played in London, when I sound checked, there were speakers at the front of the stage and like a block to stand on. And I sound checked and it was fine. There was no feedback. But then the first song I did on the actual set, I jumped onto the block and one of the speakers slipped. And it didn't fall, but I had to like try and kick it back on mid-song. And it was just like, yeah. Well, I fell once as well.
You should have gone all punk and smashed it up and just part of the act. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Not in the first song of the set.
True, that's true. Wait till the end, then smash the stage up.
Yeah,
I'm not encouraging that, by the way. I'm just saying you could have turned it to your advantage, couldn't you? That'd be good.
Styled it out.
Oh, here we go. See, this is a question. See, I think she drinks pints. Shaunable said, champagne or wine. I've never had that question before. Champagne or wine? I think she's into beer. She's into beer.
Yeah.
Real ale.
Going.
Real ale.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not fussy. Not spirits.
No,
that's my answer.
No. But you're right about drinking. If I've not had anything to eat and I have a couple of beers, I'm waste of time. It's game over. Mm-hmm. It's no good, is it? It's not good at all.
No, especially if it's you're lugging equipment around, and it's like hot outside, and you don't even realize, and then you sit down and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's one of your things then, having a couple of beers before you go on stage. What about when you come off stage? Because there's quite a lot of adrenaline going in when you're on stage and you're performing. So does it take you a while to come down from that afterwards?
I always say to my friends, like whenever people ask, you come off and it's like, oh, how did it feel? I always just say and think it's just free therapy. Like, it's so cathartic to me.
Wow.
The fact that I can do it and people, enjoy it to some level that they haven't left is like insane to me. Like, yeah, so I do get adrenaline, but I think I just feel like calm.
That's interesting.
Almost.
It's interesting. That's good, because some people even after performing for 20, 30 years, still have nerves when they're going on stage, don't they? And have to do little rituals to sort of get them onto stage and what have you. So it's interesting that you find it. I think that's good that you find it as a therapy, which is great. If that's why you're doing it and you get your fun out of it, then great. And people are going to stay on there because you're interesting, so they are going to stay and watch you, and maybe they're waiting to see if you can kick any speakers over or something.
Oh no, that will be my thing now. Every gig I do.
Yeah, you have to fake speaker and knock it over.
Yeah.
Champagne or wine. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. So we have got another couple of tracks to play. So apart from, obviously, you mentioned before you wanted to go on collaborate, or you wanted to be on stage and didn't go. Who else would you like to perform with? Katie, obviously Katie Nash was on there as a maybe.
Could be. It's really hard. A lot of people that I listen to and that I look up to are kind of not like too far from me music wise, but different genres. But I think their energy, it's not even going to make any sense, but like their energy is the same. They're my kind of people. I really like Du Blonde. I don't know if you've heard any of their music, but it's like really kind of retro punky vibes. So I think they'd be really fun to play with. Bob Villain, they're such nice guys, and I'd really love to I go to all their shows that I can go to anyway, but that would be another one on the bucket list, I think.
Cool. Oh, we'll be checking. You've given us a few to check out anyway. That if people are not aware of, they can check it out. Leanne's been on Champagne. If you're buying, well, we knew you'd be on that, Leanne. She's into all that sort of stuff. What we've got next? So we've got we've played that one, haven't we? So it's this one. It's fake what your mama gave you. So what's the story behind this one? As I got further into music, and started touring and promoing and stuff, I kind of realized just how expensive it was to do. And there are a lot of artists that I look up to, I still look up to, but I think they talk about, it's like Common People by Pulp. Yeah. Like they talk about the experience, and then you come to realize that they're in the position they're in because they've kind of had a leg up or had it easier than they portray. And my song was just kind of an outlet of frustration about that rock and roll. Yeah. I think a lot of the time the rock and roll lifestyle is just being able to get away with. Yeah, because you talk about the Cotswolds. I'm sure it's Cotswolds or something you talk about on the on this track. I get that because they've got a lot of bands out there that are indie or whatever, and a lot of them, you're right, they've not come from the back streets of Liverpool or something. They've come from money, and the parents have gone, here's a few quid. There's your band, get it rocking, we'll put you up there. We know Joe Bloggs, and we'll get you into that. And we'll do. So I sort of get that. It's there's a lot that goes on, but then you're right. They portray that they've not got two beans to rub together, and they've crawled their way up out of the abyss, haven't they? And it's wrong. So I can see where you're coming from. They still make good music sometimes. Not knocking the music, but don't tell us you're from a working class background and you've had to fight for everything you've got when clearly you've not. I think that's what you try to say, aren't you? Yeah, that exactly. Cool. You did it better than me. Excellent. Here you go. Watch this, people. Cue the BT.
Liberal celebrity is telling me to know my worth. I'm bored of obnoxious Cotswold indie boys who resell the workwear but never work. I'm bored of your photo ops at protests, then white noise when it's urgent. I'm bored of you saying, eat the rich, like you'd cannibalise your parents.
Get a quick snap on the fisheye lens. Make sure you get the council flats in. Caption it, urban jungle. Then run when you see the locals. Smudge eyeliner on your eyes, so it looks like you didn't sleep last night. Pay $1,000 for a ripped up jacket. Call that exploitation, but you deserve it. So DIY with your thrifted vintage Levi's. So down to earth with your hashtag street life. Don't tell your dad you're out this late. Have him pick you up in his 22 reg plate. Not built for a 9 to 5. Good job you don't need one. Tell me to live my best life. Like I need your permission. Say money isn't everything. Okay, send it over. Get a new accent and fake what your mama gave ya. Take out 20, get a bag in. Just ignore the homeless man. You know we'll only spend it on drugs. Oh shit, where are we picking up? Borrow someone signing the protest. Get a picture, show your followers. Ditch it as soon as you get the shot. Don't wanna hang around when it all kicks off. Not built need your permission. Say money isn't everything. Okay, send it over. Get a new accent and fake what your mama gave ya. Say quit your job because you don't need one. Rude, see a waiter, cause you've never been one. Slag off private school kids like you weren't there with them. Talk about your broken home, but it never happened. Spend most of your nights in diapers, dying to fit in. Be as reckless as you can, with no repercussion. Sing about the working class like we're not below ya. We should just be open about what your mama gave ya.
Awesome.
Not built for a 9 to 5.
Yeah, not built. I think lyrically that is brilliant, and you've obviously said what it's about, which even makes it even better. I like that. And I totally agree with you. It's wonderful. There's a few people saying I like the lyrics as well. So what have you said? See, I don't know who's winding was up or anything. Indy Midland says, ask about her cut finger during the dot to dot Nottingham set. So what's that all about? I'm sorry if these are, you know what I mean? If it's just questions that's coming up. It's quite good, like, because we don't know, do we? Dot to dot.
I cut my hand. I was trying to. I was trying to open my cider with a, like with a key.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I cut my finger open.
On the lid.
But it was like half an hour before I had to go on stage. So I had to wrap my headphones around it with some tissue paper.
Excellent. But what's the dot to dot then? What does that mean? Oh, is that the gig? Was that the gig? Is that the gig? Okay, I thought dot to dot. I thought you was doing some painting or something.
Oh no.
Someone's asked this question, and I find this interesting as well, because I could, you know a song and you sing along to it, and when it's playing, you can. So someone said, and I think it's a good question. Is how do you remember all those lyrics? Because there's a lot of lyrics on that, isn't there?
Yeah, it scares me the first couple times I do it. I think, to be fair, I think that's where listening back to the track before it's released comes in handy, because it kind of becomes like muscle memory.
Yeah, because what you're almost doing, I'm not saying what you're doing is like this, but you're almost rapping, aren't you? Because it's not a few words and then a big chorus and then and a couple of words and like a couple of lines. You've got a full on story. You're telling a full on story, so there's a lot to remember in that.
Yeah.
What do you do if you forget? Have you ever forgot on stage and just blagged it and started saying something else?
I think, like, since I've used the backing track, I've been fine. But I'm also aware that if I messed up with the backing track, I'd be screwed. Because I just, like when you've got a guitar, you can kind of just circle back and find your way.
Oh, yeah.
So touch wood, that doesn't happen. But I do listen to a lot of rap and hip hop. So maybe it's just like my brain's kind of functioning that way anyway. So it doesn't seem as like threatening as it would.
Yeah. Because I think that's a lot of people don't like it, and I really appreciate it because of what they're doing, and they can twist things, and you can give them a subject, and then they're just off, and you're doing the same with your lyrics, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just off, and there's a subject, and there's all my lyrics. I just find it fascinating because I don't know how people put all that together. I don't know how you took that and then turn that into a full song and sing the words. I think it's fantastic. But each their own, isn't it? Everyone's got their own skills. Does your mind go blank before you get going? Oh, that's Leanne again. Does your mind go blank before you get going? I don't know what she means, whether she means writing or she means on stage. So, what? Like, obviously, there's a couple of things that's inspired you, and obviously the indie bands and blagging what they're doing. So where do you get your inspiration? Do you just see something, or does something pee you off, and then you go, do you know what, I'm going to freaking sing about that because that's pissed me right off now?
I think so, yeah.
Are you quite an angry person? Like, I'm quite, when I'm out on my social, I can be quite, I don't know what the word is now, but I can be quite forceful in my thinking, and like, I will say, no, that's absolute crap. Do you know what I mean? It's this well, I don't really give a monkeys about it. Do you know what I mean? So is that what it is? There's a lot of anger coming in out there, is it? Frustration. Well, you said it's therapeutic, didn't you? So
yeah, my friends say I've got like short woman syndrome. I'm like 5'4". I don't even think I'm that short, but I'm like very feisty apparently. I don't think I'm in everyday life I'm quite chill, but like you said, I think there's an element of my thinking sometimes or my personality sometimes that has like I'm quite stubborn.
Yeah.
So if something annoys me, I will circle back to it and keep thinking about it. So I think like especially with like Fake What Your Mama Gave You and the Daily Mail, it was one of those things where it was like if I can articulate it into a song, then it will feel like I've done something productive with it. It won't just be me like ranting at people at the pub for no reason.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
but yeah.
I get that. So what's that? List Records. How would she describe her approach to songwriting?
I think it's like I start with the topic. Fake What Your Mama Gave You was literally I just thought of the phrase like obviously twisting it from shake what your mama gave you to fake what your mama gave you, and I thought it was funny. And then I kind of tried to structure the song. So I come up with a chorus, which is the main theme, and then the verses are like I try to think of examples of the chorus, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's good. It's very well done. It's very well. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's brilliant. Because actually, your persona, your on screen or your artist persona, obviously is, and a lot of times, an exaggeration of the individual in it. Because talking to you now is not, you're not the same as that person singing those songs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Sound different, look different,
Yeah.
which is good. And do you think that surprises people when they see you knocking about when you've like I said, expect you to come on with all your makeup on and have you a bit wacky, but
I think so. Like I get a lot of people at gigs and stuff who think that I'm going to be an arsehole, which I get, like, because a lot of the time, like what you say online is always, you've got no one to slap you, basically. So it's always a less watered down version of what you'd say in real life. And people read into things differently.
Yeah.
And, if I were to write a 3-minute song and be like, oh, well, indie bands are kind of annoying, but they've got some good tunes, like it wouldn't have the same tone.
No, definitely not.
But I do have a lot of people who are like, oh, I expected you to be like really extroverted and obnoxious. I'm like really socially awkward as well. So yeah, I think people are surprised.
Yeah, I get that, because so you can go on stage and be this other person, can't you? Put your gear on, whatever you're going to wear, and look that certain way, and then become that individual. I do that a lot of stuff with my my stuff, because people say to my family, "Is it like that all the time?" Because I come over as being a bit of a lunatic, like a spinning top, and they go, "No, it's not like that all the time. It can't be like that all the time, can it?" So it's not possible, is it? And I don't think people get that. But I think there's a lot of people in the music industry that are assholes. Then they're going to expect, especially with your character, if you like, if you don't mind me calling that, then they're going to put 2 and 2 together and come up with 6, aren't they? And go, oh yeah, and then meet you and then go, wow, you're all right.
Oh, totally. I'd rather it be that way than the other way around. Like, if people assume that I'm going to be really nice, and then they're like, what is her problem? Like, yeah. Excellent.
Well, we're not gonna wrap up just yet. Now, the last track we're gonna play is the Daily Mail. I'll have a bit of a chat about that. But what's this one about? Because this is this is your latest track, and it released in June, I think.
Yeah. It was kind of, so the Fake What Your Mama Gave You and the Daily Mail are part of the same EP that I'm gonna release sometime this year, probably later than expected. So it is quite an angry body of work. Like with Fake What Your Mama Gave You, the Daily Mail was just a pun that came into my head. And it's just, the men that ruin it for other men, like the catcallers and the angry fighters at the pub. who think they're Tommy Shelby.
I love that.
And-
That lyric, that line is brilliant. Absolutely, I love lyrics like that get you that are just that you're not expecting, and everyone can relate to that. Tommy, as soon as unless they're in another country, but as soon as you say that Tommy Shelby, you know what it means, doesn't it? No fucking fighting. You know what I mean? No fucking. I'm swearing because they're swearing in all your tracks. But it's that
Sorry.
when he does don't worry, I'm not bothered. But when he does that, no fucking fighting, no fighting, and then starts kicking off, so you can understand what he's on about. So someone's asked it. Any interest outside of music? So what's your other interest? Have you got any?
No, not really. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm barely keeping my head above water. I work in hospitality, so that took most of my time.
Yeah.
I enjoy just going out and walking around and getting coffee. I'm one of those people who looks like they have their life together but doesn't.
Oh, look at her. It's all right for her. I've got my life together with me Starbucks or whatever. Other coffees are available. She'll be doing a song about that. I don't know who that is. Come on, Leanne. You must know who Thomas Shelby is out of the Peaky Blinders. If you've not watched it, you need to go and watch. It's absolutely wonderful. Tommy. Oh, here we go. People are getting wacky now. Who would win a fight between Tommy Shelby and Tommy Robinson? Who's Tommy Robinson? Is that the other guy in there? Who's Tommy Robinson? Don't know.
That guy, the English. Oh my God. They're like the British nationalist guy.
Oh God! I got a 57-day ban for posting something about Tommy Robinson. I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Yeah. I'd say Shelby. I'd say Tommy Shelby, because I think Tommy Robinson, it's all the front and he's just a big girl. So there you go.
I think so.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's all the front with him. I don't know who Tommy Robinson is either. English Defence League. Yeah. I put a picture of him on Facebook a while back about something, and I got a 57-day ban. I was like, what's this all about? But anyway, yeah. But he'd run off to Spain or something, and he hiding. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. So in hospitality then, so do you work what would you do in hospitality, behind a bar or nightclub or something?
I work in coffee, so I work for a cafe, but we do catering as well. So the past 3 days I've been doing a catering event for business people.
Right.
So I get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Sometimes they can be all right business people, and sometimes they can be arseholes, can't they? So it depends. It depends what company it is, really. So
there's always a few that you can tell they've worked in hospitality before because they're nice, but then the majority of them don't. They look through you, but they don't look at you.
No, it's awful. I mean, at the end of the day, doing a job. I mean, I've been to a couple of events recently. I used to work behind the bar, so I know what it's like. I know what people can be like, and it's but I don't know why people don't treat just because I don't know, serving coffee or you're waiting on tables or you're doing something else. Why don't treat people like, with respect? Because at the end of the day, they're doing a service for you, and you're not having to get up and do anything, are you? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Preach.
Yeah. He's hiding from Tommy Shelby. Oh, wonderful stuff. So, what have you got planned for the next couple of months? Then you've got your tour that you'll be doing later on. You've got an EP coming out, and you've got some gigs rocking. So it sounds like you're quite busy.
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, I'm hoping to do a bigger tour around autumn time.
Yeah,
but I can't even comprehend that right now. I'm going to get through July, get through August.
Yeah.
And then
so does someone manage all that for you, or doing it yourself? Do you have like a manager who sorts all your gigs out and everything, or are you just like a solo doing it?
Yeah, so Indie Midlands in the chat is my manager. Shout out, by the way. But yeah, we I basically just get reminders because I have no sense of time. So
well, I'll just let you know. The 4th of August, you're in Sunflower Lounge, Birmingham. Yeah, you just told me that.
Yeah.
Buy tickets, Sunflower Lounge. That should be pretty cool, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we might let you get on with your day, but what we've been doing, and we'll round the show off with the Daily Mail, which I'm looking forward to playing. But what I've been asking artists to do, we've been doing artist drops. So introduce yourself and say you're listening to Duggystone Radio. Could you do that for us?
Yep. I'm YNES, and you're listening to Duggystone Radio.
I'm glad you've said YNES, because it's just an absolute nightmare. That's absolutely wonderful. That's crazy.
Everyone gets it wrong.
Oh, I know. It's awful, isn't it? But I like it. We like it. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. I really like getting to know you, understanding the music, what the songs are about, what you're about, and we wish you all success. And genuinely, we appreciate everybody that comes on the show, and I appreciate your time. You know, you're busy, you've got your own stuff to do, and for you to come onto the show is absolutely fantastic. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No, it's been wonderful. So we're gonna let you get on with your day, and we're gonna play this track and go and find it on platforms, on downloading platforms.
On all of the platforms.
All the platforms. Obviously, 4th of August, Sunflower Lounge, Birmingham. Go and buy tickets. Indie Midlands is telling us, so you've got to go and do that. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to come and see us at Duggystone Radio. We do at least one a week where we interview some amazing, interesting people. So anyway, I'll let you go on. Get on with your day. I'm going to play your track. Cue the VT, as we say.
You're a broken record, but you say you know more about music than me. You can fix it yourself, meanwhile you'll talk for an hour about a film that I've already seen. But I wouldn't get, because it's too complex, that your surprise was on TV. Because it's underground, like your mate's band sound, that you could get me tickets to see. So come on, read the Daily Mail. If the headlines don't grab you, someone else will. Extra, listen up, better pretend that I give a fuck and give you a smile or whatever you please. I bet you look good on your knees for me. You say he's just one of the lads and he's never really had to learn how to shut his mouth, lower his tone, or how to wait his turn. He's assertive and 3 pints and he thinks he's Tommy fucking Shelby. But a baby throwing his toys out of the pram is all I see when he threatens me. He's got a temper. He'd never hit a woman, well, except maybe his ex. But she's a psycho. I mean, he said so because she didn't bow to his request. So come on, read the Daily Mail. If the headlines don't grab you, someone else will. Extra, listen up, better pretend that I give a fuck and give you a smile or whatever you please. I bet you look good on your knees for me. Red shirts be blue shirts, so you be a stranger. It's not manly, it's tribal behaviour. What are you, gay? Pull up your dress, speak fucking English, and in the same breath you say Ola with an H in the south of Spain, in a pub called the Bulldog where the landlord's your mate. From way back when people could take a joke. Yeah, that Piers Morgan, he's got a point, you know. Our proud country is red, white and blue. Red light Tim Martin and white light your news. You're blue in the face explaining how you aren't sexist, I just got it misconstrued. Your worldview subscription needs to be renewed. So come on, read the Daily Mail. If the headlines don't grab you, someone else will. Extra, listen up, better pretend that I give a fuck and give you a smile or whatever you please. I bet you look good on your knees for me. So come on, read the Daily Mail. If the headlines don't grab you, someone else will. Extra, listen up, better pretend that I give a fuck and give you a smile or whatever you please. I bet you look good on your knees for me.
How cool was she? Oh, and a public information warning. The show could have contained some swearing. She's bloody brilliant, isn't she? Appreciate everyone rocking with us. That's been an absolutely awesome introducing on Duggystone Radio. Thanks very much for your comments. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it, because a lot of the time they're at different times, these, but they'll all go onto YouTube, so you can check them out there, some of our previous ones, and come and check us out on Duggystone Radio. Just say Alexa, open internet radio, go to duggystoneradio.com and press the player. And a massive shout out to Wolf and Brew, who sponsor the introducing show, which is great. And until next time, I'm going to get out of here. Go and check her out. Go and find her music. And if you can, go and watch her singing live.